say, I don't need your help. I get it done all by myself. But because of the fact he graced us, to take part in this great work he's doing, we ought to be grateful. So if you ever think about this for a moment, that only Jehovah, only Jehovah God is the only God that ever came down to human. You want to know what else, E?
What's that, man?
All other gods, man been running behind. Woo! Y'all hearing this?
Yes, ma'am.
Are y'all hearing this out there? All the other gods, man been running behind. Mankind been running behind. Mankind been running behind them. Only our God run behind us. Only our God came down to us. And you want to know what else happened? This man here is so awesome. You see all the other gods. Let me let you in on another secret. You see all the other gods. They deal with the soul.
Wow. Exactly.
Yes.
Let me let you in on a little secret, little something. You see all the other gods. They deal with man's soul.
Wow.
They deal with man's senses.
Wow. Okay.
Man's sense realm. Where you get that kind of stuff from, girl? My daddy bad like that. He talk like that. He give that type of revelation like that. That's that man above talking this kind of noise.
Right.
But check what else happened. I'm gonna give you a little bit more little secret on something. E,
Yes, ma'am.
ain't that amazing?
Yes.
Okay, well, if all the other gods deal with the soul of human or the sense realm of human, well, how is it that Jehovah deals with people? Let you in on the secret. My God, Jehovah only deals with man's spirit.
Yes. Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Jehovah is the only God that deals with man's spirit. Would you say it there, Professor Stop? Well, let me let you on another little secret. Jehovah said it like this. He says, I am a spirit, and they that worship me must worship me in spirit and in truth.
Yes.
Right.
That means my Jehovah God says, talk to me from your heart, girl, and I'm going to listen to you. This man is so amazing. He is superior. He's the only God. But I'm let you know another little secret, little something. Maybe y'all didn't know this, right? This man is amazing to me, Eric. He's amazing to you?
Yes, absolutely.
Well, check this out now. All the other gods, check this out now. All the other gods that was found, created by another man. Let y'all in on something. When I checked last year, they all was dead.
Dead is doing them.
Even Buddha died.
Yes. Yes. Buddha is dead.
Oh, see, because all other religions, they were found by humans.
Yes, they were. Yes, they
I
were.
need you to think about something for a little while now. Here, a little something right here, which don't up as a stop. Well, I come to terms and figured out like this. If they couldn't raise themselves, then I can't trust you to raise me. Ooh. The only God that I know that had the power to take his life and then give it back and say, now mess with that. I don't know who y'all serving out there, but see, I'm happy. I fussed like a fool before I got here, but I'm happy. You know, we do talk about people. Y'all know that, Oh, I wanted to know one thing. You see, I'm your twin. I got a spirit, soul, body just like you, so I know how they all work. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
What I've been telling people all the time, act like you don't need, like you don't need repairing, like you don't need no tune up or no check up. Like you don't have like that. There's no more room for God to fix me.
Really? Really?
Man, I'll slap you like, bam, what? Come to your sense. Back it up. Now, and give you all that little history of my God, well, now I think you can understand why I don't try to get the attention of no person except my Father. So if he's approved, nothing else matter. Remember the Lord said it like this. He said, listen, it doesn't matter whether man approve you.
Mm-hmm.
He said, but what does matter is that if I approves you.
Wow.
So if God says yes, who cares about the no's? Who cares? I don't. If God's not pleased, who cares? Because if God's not pleased with you, then what's the work of being pleased?
Right.
If God doesn't validate, then what's the world of being validated?
Right.
If God hadn't given me permission, then what the word permission is? If God don't make us happy, then there is no true happiness. If God don't give us peace, then there is no true peace. You might sit down and shout because you hear a high note on the Sunday. Ah! Help me, Jesus. Help me, Jesus. Then when you go home, you're back to that little stage. Come on. It happens to all of us now. Because that's a spirit, that I deals with.
Mm-hmm.
But you got to know, everybody deals with something. Sometimes I get that little depressed thing, I'll be like, in the little corner. Why we tell you, come out of that corner? Because God has to tell me, God, look, Bridget, will you please get up, get yourself up from over there. Get yourself. See, God don't play with me. But he's so wise that he know I'm human.
Yes.
And he know he gave me a soul, and he know this soul sometimes go through emotions. But he know by wisdom I got to put it in check. And he know by the authority of his word, he know how to, he taught me to speak to it. Speak to it in the name of the Father and the Son. The power of God rise upon my bone. Like Jeremiah say, fire shut up in his bone, literally. Mm-hmm. It just rises up in the bone. Remember the prophet that died and had them and had those raiders mm-hmm. to pass by. Mm-hmm. The prophet, because Elijah was caught up, right? Elisha, right. They threw a dead man on dead man bones. Oh, go Jesus. And my Bible tell me that when they threw the let me know Elisha had to be dead for a good minute then.
Yeah, for his bone, just for his bone. Yeah.
And my Bible tells me that when they threw a man on the dead man bone, because the bone, the anointing was resting in the man's bone. Whoa, Jesus. Man, I'm so happy. I don't know what to do with myself right now.
Wow.
My Bible tells me that an awakening took place, a resurrection took place, a victory took place. That's you he talking about. Once you tap into that anointing with my Father, it's all over, baby. Can't nobody trap you no more. Not even in your mind. With foolish lies and thoughts. If you ever get hooked up with the anointing, talking about the real anointing. Mm-hmm. I ain't talking about that kind of anointing that have to have a music to get high on. Like, I got to hear the music before I do it. Gotta get no. I'm talking about that somebody that just breathe and Jesus be right there. I know my daddy right there with me.
Miracle daughter,
you all listening to this wisdom. I'm talking about somebody that knows that God is who he is. And when you speak, the power of God gonna back everything up that he has spoken in your life. All you have to do is just remember to speak and say what he says. Now, I'm gonna tell you this before we go home. A lot of you all right now, if you have tuned in and you decide to get out of that little mold that you were in and get out of that, why am I seeing people in a corner? I'm literally seeing this in the spirit right now. I'm seeing people in a corner and look like it could be a clique, and they're talking evil stuff in your ears, and God told you to come from among that doggone mess. Now, who is you? They don't want it. No, they want it, but they can't get it because their name is not on it. But they know that you're next in line. So they're trying to mess you up and cover you up so you won't get what. Oh, but the devil is a lie. You breaking from that mess.
Yes.
The devil is a lie. Them demons are trying to talk you out of stuff because, in fact, them demons have personal issues within themselves. Don't give a so-and-so who don't like whatever, whoever. What is God told you to do? You're going to be held responsible because, in fact, God ain't talking to them. He's talking to you. Now you ain't ready to blame yourself, God says. Because God did what he promised you. It's already done. Even a fool don't have to be a fool to know when the wisdom coming out of the mouth of God. He used humor to cross over what he want to get to you. He don't need, listen, yes, he used donkeys and all that stuff, but whatever God wants to say or do, he used people.
Yes.
And people don't, let me tell you something. Human beings will never meet up to the expectation to be accepted by another in the human flesh. Because in fact, the Bible says that your flesh is never pleased. Your eyes see one thing, you're going to want something else. So therefore, you stay connected with the Spirit of the living God. Begin to obey what the Lord is saying to you. He's not far from you, baby. He's in your heart. And not your heart with the organ. I'm talking about your spirit. But anyway, as you release your faith in what God is saying, then the power of God to move for you already. Are you hearing this wisdom? Now, have you ever thought about this for a moment? Now, I want you to listen carefully. All the times you read the Bible, you read the Bible, because I know you're just this good old scholar. And it's okay. You can say that you are. It don't matter. You got to start letting people be who they want to be. That's what you're going to have to start doing. If a person say they're a monkey, okay, you're a monkey, baby. I don't be messing around. I don't have time for that, people. Whatever. No. You know, whatever people want to believe they are. If people say that they this, and if people say, well, you know, I'm a word mechanic, you're a word mechanic, baby. If people, whatever you say, you know what though, I'm the best. I'm the best. You whatever you want to be, I'm gonna let you be. That's your world.
Right.
The only word that you're responsible for is the word that God placed in your control.
Yes.
And that's called domain.
Yes.
I don't have the authority to come in your house, but I got the authority to keep my house straight.
Yes.
That's why you gotta stop. Who God talking to right now? Stop trying to fix everybody else and start fixing you. Then you'll see life is a little bit more better. Through a sweeter eye. So they can write that, oh yeah, God never look for nothing. He never look for something that doesn't exist. He don't waste his time looking for things that does not exist. You already know what that is, right?
Yes.
Somebody perfect. Stop all that foolishness. You don't even have no perfect husband. You don't have no perfect wife. You don't have no perfect children. Ain't no perfect nothing nowhere. If you do love your preacher, hell, your preacher ain't perfect. Mm-hmm. I'm a preacher. Who cares? Nobody perfect but my Father. You know, you be wanting to get rid of certain things. You know what I really want to say, huh?
Which was?
Think I ought to say it here.
Oh.
Don't say it here, but you should have said it here.
Don't say it. Don't do it.
Look, I got my strong man over this corner. Say it, Pastor. Say it. I dare them to say something. Say it. Do it. This how you mean you happy, hey, line.
Okay, so Lord Jesus.
Don't say it. Get rid of certain people. Whatever.
Call an alligator, do it.
I ain't lying. I sure did. I caught that alligator.
Yes, you did.
I caught the tail of it, man.
Yeah.
That's on our marriage retreat.
Yes.
Yeah, baby, look. I caught. Hey, didn't I catch the alligator tail?
Yes, ma'am, you did. Yes, ma'am, you
What's
did.
up? Some people won't even get on the boat.
Get on the boat, Anime. Get on the boat. Eat the cake, Anime. Eat the cake. Where's that Joseph Preston Steib Jr. who's supposed to be here with me on Fridays praying for the people? Well, I guess people just won't get no prayer.
Oh, yeah.
Waiting on him to come in. Well, yeah, PJ, I'm calling you out, boy. You better come pray for people, boy. Where you at? That's my song, you know that.
Oh, Lord.
That's my oldest song. I talk about everybody. Talk about myself, talk about you, I talk about everybody.
Oh, Lord.
People gotta learn what it means to be free.
Right.
You have boundaries, you know how far to go.
Right.
You have boundaries and limitations, you know how far to go. God literally tells you, look, back up now, you went too far. All right, come back here, girl. That's why I don't waste a lot of time. My time by grace is just simply just let me love you. All the corrections and all that, let God do all that. Because he has to work on me.
Wow.
So let God do all that. And that way it keep you from acting a fool and just loving people and stop looking at somebody like, you know what, I ain't, no, he ain't fussing today. Let's keep on. Look at this here. Now, Hebrews 11 chapter, I'm going to read something to you, right? And these are all you bright folks out there that already know. Why is it so important that people want to take titles to be so important? I don't get that. Why? Like it's an insult for you not to say Dr. Steib. What's wrong with people? Now I understand now there are different motives. You know, people do things, have different motives. And I understand that sometimes people just come out, you know, it's like, hey, Bridget, I'll be like, hey, what's up? You know?
Right.
But sometimes people have wrong motives and don't want to give credit where credit due. It ain't the idea that title meaning thing, it's the motive behind things, you know what I'm saying?
Correct.
Because sometimes people do things, you know, to try to, they don't want to give that person a respect, or they want to, no, this, God judges motives, you know what I'm saying? But no, you shouldn't, you know, don't get so offended. If you get that offended, that means it's all about you then. If I get offended, and trust me now, if I have to correct somebody, I'll literally say, listen up, baby, you know, I'm dealing really with a motive. Instead of them addressing the title or something, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But look at this here for a minute. You know, the Bible says this, the Bible says, but without faith, and you know, I know that best stop. Shut up. Just shut up. All right? And listen. This is how you learn. All right? If you stop having a teachable spirit, then I mean, you know use anymore. You don't want to grow no more, in other words.
That's true.
Okay? But look right here. Hebrew was given. You say the author name is Paul. Let's go with it. But without faith, it is impossible to please God. All right? For he who comes to God must. Now, some of you in the Bible are going to say a little bit different. I'm going to read to you how it's written in a lot of the Bibles. Okay? He said, but without faith, it is impossible to please God. For he who comes to God must first believe. So therefore, you may tell me, I believe first before I have faith? Wow. Man, y'all gonna hear me hammer this thing until I go home to glory one day. How many people has written on faith and faith? I'm a faith creature. God has graced me to operate in general faith. God has graced me, you know, dealing with, you know, there's a measure of faith that we all born with. There's a general faith that we all have. We just have to exercise it. Faith can increase, decrease. There's a faith that's called a gift of faith. That's the faith where God honor your word as though he honor his own word.
Wow.
There are things Bridget could say, and I'm telling you before I can think about it twice, it supernaturally show itself up. Well, see, that's when I know these different faiths, you know, that be, you know, in operation. See, this all comes from God, this wisdom, all right?
Yes,
but how many times that we have faith? Essential, you gotta have it. You can't please God without it. But the key is this. The key is that you have to first believe before you can have faith. Oh, wow. You have to first is that you got to believe first. The Bible says you got to the first thing you do, you got to believe. Because he said you cannot have faith for something that you don't believe. You cannot have faith for healing if you don't believe he's a healer. So even before I call his name, I got to know I'm already here before I even say anything. Matter of fact, before I even approach him, I have to believe that he exists even before I go and approach his presence. It's the whole truth anyhow. Look what he says right there. He said, but you must first believe that he is. Wow. I can, man, scriptures on faith, you can go back to back. But how many of us ever thought on that level? to tell me that I have to first believe? Wow, you would have thought they were alike. They're not. And I'm going to drill this, and I'm going to drill this, and I'm going to drill this until I know that you got this. Even the most wisest of wise, you know, unless God revealed this type of revelation to a human, you won't know it. Because for you are so accustomed on faith, 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 faith. Essentially, it is faith. But the first thing is that before even my faith kick in, I have to first believe. I have to know that he exists even before I approach him. Watch this. He said you must first believe that he is. I didn't write this. I only received what he says. And that's what you call divine revelation. See, a lot of people have, I've been there, done that. That's why I can say what I'm saying. Been there, done that. I used to quote scriptures back to back, back to back. I can quote them standing up, laying down in the back. I thought I had it, you know what I'm saying? Years ago. Until God put a challenge before me. And there was a girl that always talked about Jesus. This is real talk. This is not nothing that fantasized. There was a young lady that always talked about Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. Her name happens to be Brenda. You all don't know this person. This was way like 20-some years ago. And what got me was that this young lady was, every time she said Jesus, she'd get to crying. I got upset. I said, Lord, why I don't cry when I call your name? I want that. Well, let me give you some wisdom. What was happening is that God is saying he wants you to be jealous over godly things. Don't get jealous over things. See, I didn't know at the time, over 20-some years ago, I didn't know that was a godly jealous. Because I wanted what she had. I wanted to cry. Okay, that made me like, Lord, she loved you more than I love you. No, Lord, no. No, Lord, I love you. I love you, Lord. And I said, Lord, and she could quote scriptures. And I quote them too, right? But see, I had a lot of sense knowledge. I didn't have the revelation knowledge. This sister had sense knowledge. Excuse me, Holy Spirit. She had revelation knowledge. She would break that word down like it was nothing. I'm telling you. And I got jealous over there. And I said, look, but that's what God wants us to be jealous over godly things. He called it godly jealous. Jealous over a car? What the heck is a hell of a car? Jealous because of the fact somebody look better than you dressed. What is that? You know what? All that stuff is going to turn back to dirt. And ain't nothing going to go into the glory of God but your spirit.
That's it.
Hello. So therefore, I cried so to God, I said, Lord, I want it. I want it. And by the Lord's grace, in his own time, and that's why I tell people all that, they be trying to, every time I tell my day, I got a word, sister, for you. I got you. That irks my nerves. Because when you teach people to go looking for a word, not the word. That's what they teach it. That's error. That's wrong. That's wrong. You teach people the word of the living God. Let them run behind God and run behind his word. That's just like I admire this baby. And if you are, and I'm about to throw this out at you too, if you don't have a beautiful daycare, learning academy for your children, let me recommend you right now. 5956 Hooper Road, Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Just for, what's the name of it? Just Us. Just Us. Ask for Miss Sandra Bingham. They, what the young lady name? I forget her name. The owner. I forgot her name. But anyway, ask, those are the ones that bought the church and the daycare. It's that lady. I forgot the lady name, but she owned everything over there. She owned the daycare. She owned the church. She owned everything. She purchased everything. So go back there to Miss Sand and say, Pastor Steib told me to come register my baby back here. Do that. What? I can't believe I cannot remember my baby's name. Who purchased everything? She purchased everything. She purchased the land, the church, the daycare, the house in the back. She purchased everything. She purchased all of that. And she the daycare that she named is Just Us. Am I right?
Just Us Kids.
Just Us Kids. I think they even kept that old number, didn't they? I don't know. But just go there and ask for me, Sam. But anyway, next. But back to this faith. Tell you something. Jesus. Anybody happy? Anybody? Everybody. Happy? Man, I'm telling you this here. Look at this here. Now, let me go to it. Now, he that believe who must believe first that he is, and that he is a rewarder to those who diligently seek him. diligently seek him. What that mean? E?
That means with delicacy, with intent, purpose.
That's what I want to hear. With an intent, purpose. Ooh, knowing God did it already for you. That's what God talking about. Even before you approach me, know I did that for you. Know I've already handled that. Know I've already given it to you. Know I've already made a way. Know I've already put favor upon you. The devil got to bow down to the favor of the living God that rests upon you. Know that I've done it. Even before you talk to me, come to me, and approach me. He said, already know I've done that for you already. He said, believe. You must first believe. And then he said, faith is the substance. Woo, Jesus. That means accept what I've already done. That's what faith is. Faith says it's done.
Yes.
Faith says it's done. Because the scripture says there, while I'm praying, believe that I shall receive. Ooh, believe that I will receive. Believe that I shall receive. Believe that I shall receive. You believe first.
Yes.
And then you receive. So therefore, you have to first believe. Before you can have faith for anything, you have to first believe.
Yes.
Man, I'm so powerful sitting here. You know why, right? Who can outmeasure Jehovah? Okay, all right, you got it. This man is in Bridget. You know, I'm tired of ran completely out just about it. I just want to encourage your hearts, babies. You know what? Just get close, connected under that anointing, under their word. Stay close with God. Just stay close to God. Remember, he's the only one that came down to you and I. I have to say my own name personally because God wants a relationship, personal relationship. He's the only God that came down to man. All other gods may have been running behind. But this man named Jehovah, his name means causes things to happen. His name means become. He causes things to become a reality in your life, in my life. You got such courage in him. That's why you're so full and happy because of who he is. You deal with the issues and affairs of life like everybody else, but God keeps you, he keeps your heart covered and protected. You stay full with joy and happy and peace. God has done that for you all out there already. If you don't have a church home, we'll open up and excitedly welcome you all to just fellowship with us at the Ministry of Love. Ministry of Love is the character of the individual. People have buildings, right?
Yes.
Do you not know when God birthed the ministry, he always birthed the character of that ministry? A lot of people just go out there and putting up anything. You know why? Because in fact, a lot of people now in these days, they see ministries as a career now. They only thing in their mind, they're trying to get out of what they can get out the people.
Right.
They're not worried about what they can get to the people. Y'all be careful out there. Mm-hmm. Well, we're signing off. Join us. Put the address up there. For some reason I just don't remember that.
I got it.
Right here in the great city of Tomorrow Drive, right in the great city of Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Hello. And we'll be doing our second ribbon cut at the end of the month.
Yes.
A lot of people don't know that 6,000 square feet of building.
Yes.
It's finished up at the end of the month.
What?
Go, Jesus. Go. Minister Love, I love you all so much. I'm telling you all, there's nothing like you all. You all are the best. And remember that prayer that God gave you all on Wednesday night that was strictly and only for the Ministry of Love nights. Remember you pray that prayer every day of your life because God has done just what he supernaturally done what he's promised, even the more. All right, I love you. Make my big stay tuned before I leave off of here. October, what is October? I had it wrote down here
Saturday,
somewhere.
October 6th.
Okay, Saturday, October the 6th will be
at 6:30
a.m. Excuse me. Saturday started October the 6th at 6:30 a.m. We have a television show will be coming on, just Real Talk with Bridget, right? And that's gonna be
on the CW.
That's Fox. They're dealing with the Fox channel, right? Right. Fox Next Work. Okay. And also too, starting October
2nd and 4th.
the 2nd and the 4th, I'll be here live in the studio, or however remotely, however we do it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's gonna be a Real Talk show that's called Ask Bridget. And then you call in, ask with your questions concerning affairs of life, what have you, whatever it may be. And you ask, you say, ask Bridget, yeah. You can call in with your questions. Because I'm going right to this man, like, okay, God, what you want to do with this? What do you want to do with this, Jesus? What you said, Jesus?
Yes.
That's how I go.
Yes.
All right, then. That's going to wrap it all up. Don't you all know I love you? Have the best day of your life today. Great timing this weekend. I see you all in the house at 9 a.m. at the Ministry of Love. And I want to say, God bless you. God bless you all out there. God bless you, sweetheart. Sign me up,